Barber Shop Podcast, episode number 87 from Boxo Studio in Hamilton, Ontario. Ryan Cannon, another fantastic night.
Yeah.
You got everything rocking and rolling as it should be. It's been a great couple of weeks, hasn't it?
It's been a hectic couple of weeks.
It's been hectic.
It's been good, yeah.
It's been busy because
We've
if
been
you're sitting
working
around,
our little asses off.
Well, they're not that little, but we have been working them off. It's like that. It's fun, right? We are purveyors of fun. We're all about enlightenment and entertainment and interest, but it's about fun. If you can't have fun, someone's going to lose an eye. But not tonight. Boxo Studio, the blast furnace of original music right here in Hamilton, Ontario. And we got another great one tonight. We have Robin Benedict in the studio, and she's come here with Brennan Burns and Duane Rutter, and you're in for an absolute treat. What do we do around here? I want to tell you, it's the ambitious city, and we reward the ambitious people, and we celebrate what we have. And one of the things that we have is great people, and people who are artists, people who are original, people who are leaders in a community that sometimes gets crapped on a little bit or ignored, but we do our best here at Barber Shop Podcast to bring it to the forefront. And someone who you might not have an opportunity to see, you get to see, and you get to talk about, and you get to share, and then maybe you're going to buy some, maybe you're going to go there, maybe you're going to do that because it's good for your soul. Well, that's our mandate. That's our story. And I'm really glad to have you. How you doing tonight, Robin?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Well, you know, I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm really happy that we've got the whole technical hoo-ha going to the level that's justifiable. And DOG comes in and nice and loud as well. He's been featured right from the very first episode. You've seen him quite a few times. Head of security here at Boxo Studio, DOG, friend of many. And you've brought some of your good friends with you. And they're good friends of mine.
Good friends and amazing musicians.
Amazing musicians, great talents. Mr. Duane Rutter has came in to lend his tasty licks. Tasty licks, as he tends to do. And I said, Duane, you don't mind if I ignore you a bit tonight? And he goes, no, I prefer that, actually.
I prefer to be ignored.
Okay. And I said, that's good. You had your own moment in the sun, so we'll go on. And Brennan Burns, we just had recently in the studio. She was doing some awesome 3-part harmony with Cindy Dell and Sue Leonard, yeah, and it was so beautiful to watch it come together. Sue is one of those amazing singers who can cover a range and a style and is just so smart and so talented. And Cindy is just one of those magic people, and she's got one of those voices that works on everything and yet is hers.
Exactly.
And you got along for the ride, basically, right?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
It's not true. She's really good. Really good, sweet voice, and that's why Robin's brought her in the studio tonight. We feature musicians. Early on, we thought that we would have a lot more writers and a lot more artists and comedians, and music was just kind of what we did and what we knew. But lo and behold, almost 2 years later, we're not even halfway through the deep, deep, deep pool that is original live music. And this is the kind of stuff that feeds the souls. It's not your McDonald's and your Burger King and your Taco Bell. It is the little place down on the corner, still run by mom and dad and the son who could have went somewhere and did something else in college, but this is what he loved and this is what he's great at. And music is like that. It feeds the soul. We prove that each and every week. These people are original. They're songwriters, and they're performers, and they're musicians, they're writers. In one of those formats that transcends and affects so many, and you're in for a real treat tonight. Usually the show starts off with talking about your life in music. Everyone has a story in music. What's yours?
My story. I have a story.
It started at some point in time. When's the first time you remember singing? Your musical family?
Yeah, actually. My grandfather was an organist, and my grandmother was in his choir at the church, and my mom was in his choir, and my mom and I sang in choirs together when I was young, so around 9-10 years old. And I was in the High School Musical, of course. And the only reason I got made the lead role is because the lead role got pregnant and dropped out. So there you go.
And that was high school, or
yeah, that was high school. And then I moved out west and I tinkered on a guitar. I was just busy enjoying living in Calgary. And then when I came home, I realized, I realized then that I could sing. A little bit. So I went to
like shower singing, car singing, or was like with.
I would sing to my favorite artists like Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
And I would do karaoke, lots of karaoke. And I hosted karaoke when I was in Calgary, and it was lots of fun, like more fun than singing, I would think. But and then I just realized that maybe I should pursue, maybe check out getting a vocal instructor. So that's what I did. When I moved home, I was about 23. And I started working with Ray Lyle.
He's an amazing vocal coach.
I know this, and and so worked with him for a few years. That was awesome. I learned so much. And then I joined a band. I had some guys who I would go out to their open jam, Whiskey Joe's, every Sunday. And I just went there and I jammed every week. And then one day they just approached me and said, you've improved a little. You want to join our band? And so that's where that started.
So you started doing cover tunes? When did you start writing?
Yeah, just singing in bands. When I was 24, I started my first band, singing cover tunes.
Right.
Weird old 80s rock.
Ones that appeal to you, right? I love pulling those ones out and doing it. Were you pretty faithful to them, or did you do it in your own style?
It was great because these guys loved all the 80s rock stuff, like Skid Row.
Yeah.
And Iron Maiden. And Judas Priest and Loverboy and Journey.
So you were giving her. You had to show you how belting and belting.
Oh yeah, the first band I was in was called Ragdoll, and it was not a walk in the park vocally at all. So, but I was young.
You could do it.
I bounced back. You bounce back when you're young, right?
Awesome.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to hear a lot of live music tonight. We're going to hear some stuff off of your CD, Ride of My Life, and I'm sure that's what it is. Music's like that, right?
It is.
So the ride of your life is, it's ongoing. We're never really done it until we're done, I guess. I'd love to hear a live tune. You've got a number of them. You going to play something for us tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to play this first one. I think I want to do. I wrote when I was in Austria. I went backpacking, and I took a day just to go off on my own and sat by Wolfgang Lake in a little town called St. Gilgen, and just sat with a beer and on the bench next to the lake and wrote a song, and it was wild because it came to me in like 15 minutes, all the words done, because the Sound of Music was filmed out in that area. And
so the definition of picturesque.
Oh my God, picturesque, like you wouldn't believe, and just everything like perfect.
Yeah, if you didn't write a killer song at that point in time, there's something wrong. I'm out of excuses.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Beautiful. And we get to hear it here at barbershoppodcast.com.
Hi there.
Finally, I see these very hills coming alive, and I can hear the sound of music ringing in my ears, and nothing goes down better than this Austrian beer. No fixed address, no telephone, no way for anyone to find me, no one to love waiting at home, 'cause I have nothing to lose, nothing to lose. Oh, wonderful world, you shine so bright, even when the sun falls behind the hills, like the face of a child who doesn't know any better. Why you this way? You hide your head behind everything that's beautiful. You hide your hair by the mountains, rivers and the trees. No fixed address, no telephone, no way for anyone to find me. No one to love, waiting at home. I have nothing, nothing to love, nothing to love, nothing to love, nothing to I'm never gonna see this place again. In this light, on this day, in this moment. So I take it all in. I sit right on this bench and listen to the sound of music, whistling in the wind, and watch the trees that dancing like my dreams. Like everything around me is a living, breathing thing. Suddenly I don't feel so alone. No fixed address, no telephone, no way for anyone to find me. No one to love, waiting at home. Well, I have nothing, nothing to love, nothing to love, nothing to love, nothing to Did you guys see that?
I saw it and I heard it. My God, it was a beautiful thing.
Thanks. No, I dropped my pick at the last second. I'm just glad it hadn't happened sooner.
No, it's always magic when it happens at the right time. It'll give
It's
you a
around
little
commercial.
bit of softness at the end there. Great song, Nothing to Lose.
Thanks.
And I tell you, it's a story. When you're in that far in the forest and pursuing music, and this is what I'm doing, you got nothing to lose. And being in a beautiful place and being inspired,
Yeah.
bringing inspiration. You think after all these years and after all these weeks, I would get a bit complacent about it, but I am just blown away every Wednesday at the talent that comes down here and what it does for my soul. And it keeps me going for another 6.5 days. And then someone else comes in here and keeps me going for another 6.5 days. So it's a selfish thing. You know, I mean, I'll make no bones about it. That's why, you know, I didn't mind. And Ryan's kind of the same way. We get to do what we love to do with the people we love to do it with. And my God, you're great, great talent. It's great to have you in it. A real
Thanks,
beauty.
Kevin.
And Brennan, you're, you know, just blown away.
She's the shit. Just
She's
say
the
it.
shit. She is the shit. Really good.
Thanks, guys.
And what I could say about, you know, DR,
Right?
you know, it's like
Hella.
the doctor is in the house. And if you need a money man, if you need a singer-songwriter, if you've got a house concert that you need to staff, if you have a slinger that needs to be filled, Duane Rutter, you look him up. That's a guy. That's a guy who will do the job and do it right. Comes highly recommended. Barber Shop Podcast, 5-star recommendation.
And if you need a side guy,
Yeah, side guy. You know, and he's willing to be a side guy. He's so happy just saying, okay,
he
I
loves
do
it.
my thing. I'm not looking to come and shine your shine. I'm doing my own shine.
This is Robin's show, isn't it?
It is. It's Robin's show. I want to talk about Robin. I want to talk about Ride of My Life. We're going to play a tune off of this CD. It's always nice when you commit something because it's forever. Like this show is forever. It's going to be on the internet forever. Making a CD, one of those great kind of moments in your life where you kind of put your foot down. What was it like? Because we always compare it to a pregnancy where there's the joy and the excitement of the early days. And then you get it on, you get it going, and then it's kind of expensive and painful. And so what was it like, the process?
It was fun because it was my first time ever being in a studio.
Yeah.
I pretty much just gave all creative control to my producer because like I said,
You're just doing your bit.
I was writing some songs, and I was like, I feel like these songs.
You got to concentrate on singing and playing and trust the people you're working with.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Well, we're going to hear 3 songs tonight from Ride of My Life from Robin Benedict. What are you going to tell us about the first song that we're going to hear?
First song is called Oblivious, and I wrote that. It was the first song I wrote that I didn't hate. And it was basically just me in a nutshell, so it was perfect because it really does.
Did you carry it around for a while with you? This song?
No, well, I think I started playing it, but I wasn't playing out at that time. It was years ago that I wrote that song. But you know, I people who know me know that things go over my head just because I'd rather them to. I don't need to know about all the crap I don't want to know about. So that's basically what that song's about.
Being oblivious for all the right reasons.
For all the right reasons.
Just like we do at barbershoppodcast.com.
Ignorance is bliss, that's what I keep telling everybody, but they don't listen. 'Cause I know the pain of waking up to the morning news too. Who am I kidding? I don't get up till noon, but I know I'd rather wake up to the sound of my parents making love if I had to choose. So unless it's something good, I don't wanna know. So whatever's so important, I don't wanna know. So if you tell me that you're feeling sad, you need a shoulder to rest your head on. Well, I'll make an exception, but just for you. Just don't ask me if I think that Britney Spears is crazy, 'cause you know that I don't care. Unless it's something good, I don't wanna know. So whatever's so important, I don't wanna know about the tabloids, cable TV, people killing people, too much animosity, not enough time spent with friends and family. That's why I choose ignorance. I choose
That's Robin Benedict with Oblivious off of her Ride of My Life CD. And you can get that on her website. Where can people get that? Can they special order it? iTunes? Where can they get that? Or do they have to chase you down?
You have to come to a live show.
Yes, you have to come to a live show. Because she plays every week. Where do you play every week?
Every week, 5 to 8 at George Hamilton's, corner of Bay and King.
Well, Bay and King, you can't miss it. It's right in the heart of downtown Hamilton. George Hamilton's.
Food's great.
Catch her every week. And that's between 5 and 8?
5 and 8. So it's nice and early.
Every Thursday. Every Thursday. Be there or be square. Robin Benedict is our guest in the studio tonight. She's brought Brennan Burns along with her and Duane Rutter, because if you have to bring a couple shooters with you, you might as well bring some dead eyes. And there's some good people, and there's some good people in there. She is part of the Hamilton music scene, and in part of the scene we also have all kinds of creative, artistic, motivated people, including our sponsors. And I'd like to have a shout out to first of our sponsors tonight, and that's our good friends over at hamiltonartists.ca. If you need something printed on something, if you are an artistic person, if you are a band, if you have an organization, if you are running a fundraising organization, if you're at a school board and you need something to get your point across, your message out. If you need coasters, mouse pads, buttons, stickers, T-shirts, you need to go to hamiltonartist.ca. They're located at 1141 Main Street East. That's right past the Delta, right at Balmoral. If you know Hamilton, you know the bright spot. It's right there. And she is a bright spot on that stretch of the street. That's a revitalization that's happening all over Hamilton, not just here and there and everywhere, but all over. And they print, as I said, everything on everything. They specialize in promotional material for artists, performers, musicians, event coordinators, banners and shirts. Again, 1141 Main Street East. Look for them, hamiltonartists.ca. I want to talk a little bit about that. In this day and age, and you being a musical entity, you have to do a lot of this yourself. You have to suck it up and promote yourself. You have to get your name out there. You have to knock on the doors yourself. Was that easy or hard for you?
Not easy.
Not easy at all. Well, tell me about it, like from the early days and the sort of things you learned. I mean, this goes out to someone who's, again, there's people listening, and it's like, okay, what have you learned? Because there's some sage lessons. If you've got to boil it down, what are the things that you kind of learned from when you didn't know anything to what you know now?
You know, I've learned that word of mouth is a big deal, a bigger deal than people actually give it credit for.
Yeah.
And people not only liking what you do, but liking you.
And why you do it.
And why you do it are very important aspects of that too. Yeah. So it's a long process. It's a lifelong process, and it's never ending. So, you know, we play gigs, and then we go home and we get online and we
do that stuff.
Do our thing, and we email and we cold call and we get gigs and we put together our shows and fundraisers and all kinds of stuff, and just so the work never happen. Work never really ends. That's the only thing I can say for sure.
Yeah, and I can't say it enough. It's hard to do because at the end of the day, you're sitting on your diary. You know, you're gutting yourself and you're putting it down in the most tenuous kind of way, wrapped in the most gossamer of your intentions. And now it's something that you're proud of, and you have to go out and whore it on the street. And you have to take people's indifference and apathy and outright hostility. You know, the very people in the community who you would think support you are in fact not supporting you because they're petty and jealous, because that's part of human nature too.
For sure that happens.
And so you have to accept that those people will stay where they are forever, but they won't block me from where I want to go. Was there kind of like a lesson about enlightenment on the way to kind of promoting yourself as a musician? Where you had to have faith in yourself, or you just gave up?
Well, that's a constant fight too. You know, it's really hard. Being self-employed is really overwhelming at times, because you're like, sometimes you have these moments like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know, if I don't get gigs, I can't pay my bills, so I'd better go out and put a resume out somewhere, and it's pretty crazy. Just never stop doing what you're doing, because I do play a lot, and not as much these days, just because taking a bit of a breather from gigging and trying to get back in the studio and focus on some writing. But I've noticed that I have lots of different gigs in lots of different places, and I find that I've got a lot of fans who not everybody can come out all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, even if people want to, you know, people have busy lives. That's a big one to realize. Like, don't
Don't expect that they're going to drop
don't expect
everything.
that they're just going to drop everything and be there all the time. But also, don't let yourself get down about it if they don't show, and you're, because
if you do it 100 days in a row, they're going to come out.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Time.
Just so you know. But the nice thing is that I have different friends that come to different venues. So then, because I keep developing friendships and that sort of thing online and whatever, and at gigs as well, people do come and support. They do when they can, and I can only be grateful for that. And there's different people coming to different places, so
yeah,
so it's great. It's always new people, or it feels like that anyway. It feels like it's always a new.
Well, we're gonna get another live tune out of you, that's for sure. And we're gonna get a couple live tunes out of you, because that's what we try to do here at Barber Shop Podcast. You can't make it out all the time, but maybe you've seen Robin Benedict's name here and there. Maybe you've seen her on Facebook, but you never had a chance to go out and see a show. Maybe you were thinking, that could be someone that I dig. We give you an opportunity to say, this is a live music experience. This is some steel and some wood and some human voices. What you're hearing right now is just really comes from the earth. There's nothing here that's fake. There's nothing here that's phony. This is the shit. This is the real deal. This is what we're all about here. And we're going to give a little bit more to you here with Robin Benedict at Barber Shop Podcast.
All right.
Really put on a show. Go on and take your bow. Now you can tell the world you make a lion man proud. I hope it wasn't for nothing. I put my heart on the line. I watched you walk away. I can't make you stay. I'll be fine. They say that when you love something, you gotta let it go. Sounds so cliche. I know. Meant to be yours, and you'll come running back to you. Come running back to you. But if you call me right now and have my back against the wall, put on a show. Go on and take your bow. I just want you to know you make a lying man proud.
What makes someone famous? What makes someone famous? million people figuring out what you already know. It's happened each and every time. And we've got a huge swell of it right here. Hamilton, Ontario. So proud to have Robin Benedict, such a talent here in the studio. This is part and parcel of what we have. This is a true community. This is a strength that they talk about in sound bites. But you get the whole track here. You get the whole story here at Barber Shop Podcast. You watch it. You're watching it now. You like it? Tell someone about it. Share it. We're on YouTube. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher Radio. We're here, there, and everywhere. Google Plus. We haven't even given up on that. You know, we are as many places as we can be. And you know, we started with nothing, and now we have a little more than nothing, and we're starting to figure stuff out. And we're closing in on a milestone, aren't we, Ryan Cannon? I mean, we have to say that, like, what was the original deal was that 80% of podcasts don't make it to 10 episodes. So that was our goal, right?
Yeah, our goal was to get to 10 without disaster. Even though the first two never saw the light of day, nobody ever heard it. But yeah, it was a struggle the first 10. But by the time we got there, it was pretty smooth sailing.
It's a life lesson. If you can make it to the first 10, the rest gets easier, and you get better. And all of a sudden, when you close in on 100, you're grandpa. You know, but it's still a wild west. Have we sworn yet? Fucking it. No. We keep forgetting.
I'm pretty sure I swore in the intro.
Good. Okay. We need that. Explicit content is everything these days, and I'm not a liar. I don't want to not swear and say that we swore. That's important to some people.
Fuck that.
It is. It's true. Because it is the last bastion of truth and freedom. You know, until the internet gets closed down by the man. Like, seriously, we are broadcasting in high definition, in high fidelity, worldwide, right now. Like, think about that. I still can't figure out how a telephone works. And I'm thinking, like, we are seriously, someone
I'm
who just...
with you, by the way, with the whole not knowing how to use
Yeah, and I'll just ride along. I'm at that age where I just hook up with people 20 years younger than me, and they help me out. And it's all good. It's all good. You know what else is all good? The food at Shenanigans, Ryan Cannon. We're going to go get us some chicken wings tonight, aren't we? I know, you love the shenanigans. The shenanigans that go on at Shenanigans, well, it's good shenanigans because it's one of those places, it's like the old days. The old days in Hamilton when everything was good and up and down King Street and Main Street and even Barton Street. It wasn't a scary place. There was a community. There was a vitalization, and that is coming back. And if you visit Shenanigans, or right across from Delta High School on Main Street in Hamilton, just past Graham Avenue, that classic Kenilworth to Ottawa stretch. You can't miss it. Kevin is playing Monopoly in real life, and he's got a fantastic place in there. They've got drink specials and food specials. The men enjoy it. The ladies enjoy it. Highly recommend it. And every week I read something off the menu just to make someone's mouth water just a little bit. So I'm going to pick it at random in case anyone's hungry tonight. I'm going to go with the, what are we talking about? Well, how about tonight? This is tonight, Wednesday night, for example. You can get a pint for $3.75. I don't know if you can get a pint for $3.75 anywhere.
Not anywhere.
Not anywhere, but you can Wednesday. Pitcher for $12.75. It's 1990 again, and I like that because I'm younger, I'm thinner, I'm more beautiful, a little more vibrant, and I don't want to say what the Jägermeister and tequila goes for, but it's a good price. But if you like to dance, you go there on Fridays. The ladies like that. If you like to play pool, they have that on Tuesday, Wednesdays. They're a great part of that neighborhood, and they're a great sponsor of ours. That's Shenanigans. Yeah, Hamilton. If you want to find them, look for them on Facebook, Shenanigans Hamilton. Up to a little bit of shenanigans in here. We're going to play another tune off of your CD, Ride of My Life. You're going to check out Robin Benedict every Thursday between 5 and 8 at George Hamilton's, the corner of King and Bay in Hamilton, Ontario. You can ask her for one of these because she's going to have it. And remember, this isn't something that you can just get here, there, anywhere. You can say to your friends, check this out. It's like, who's that? It's like, whoa, it's my secret. But we're going to play. But seriously, it's like, how cool is that to discover someone? Like, everyone loves to discover someone who is like so freaking amazing that no one else has heard of. And someone's going to discover, if I tune into Barber Shop Podcast and I bring their, all of a sudden, who's this? It's like, oh, this is who this is. This is Robin Benedict, and we're going to play another tune off your CD, track 2. Tell me about that.
Track 2, I couldn't think of a name, so I called it Kill. But I literally felt like I had killed someone. I had was in a relationship, and I needed to break ties there, and didn't want to hurt him, and I think I really did.
You think you really did, and it like this is real. This is what I'm talking about. Inside of this song, you've got a 3-minute jam where there's this fruit of life that gets boiled down to this sickly sweet jam, which is your experience, and you're serving it up for you right here, Barber Shop Podcast.
Right here,
killer would. His only crime was loving me, the only way he could. I tried till the bitter end to ignore those voices inside my head. It's killing me. It's killing soul I can't forget. He thinks I threw a party the day he lived, but I cried my heart out. If he could only see that it's killing me. When are we gonna see him again? Just wanna do I feel so sad now that he's gone for good? Why do I miss him? And where will he go from here? My heart needs to know. He's a piece of me. When will I see him again? Just wanna be his friend. Can he understand that it was never meant to be? Will he ever forgive
Just that good.
Classy.
Oh, the dog was howling and he made it down. DOG, come here, boy. Yeah, he plays the
Little
guitar.
tune.
He does, it's open tuning. Doggy tail. Yeah, head of security, DOG here at Boxo Studio. And we are in Hamilton, Ontario, under the shadow of the great mountain that rises above the city of Hamilton, Ontario. The blast furnace of original music. And we feature the very best in Hamilton music and musicians. And this week we have Robin Benedict, and she has been rocking us 6 Ways to Sunday. We are so pleased to have you here at Barber Shop Podcast. We've been talking about your history in music and your recording experience. And Tell me a little bit about the travels. Like, tell me about the community and the people you've met in the musical or artistic community.
Like in Hamilton, are you talking? Like,
or the world. You were saying that you know people in England, and you were talking about going to Austria. I mean, it's like there must have been people that you've kind of touched at that point, who you've kept in touch with, who you've sent your music along to.
Well, I basically backpacked through Europe, but I have a friend through a friend who is also a musician in England. She's a lovely singer, Tallulah Bardens. And as far as like I've met some people in Nashville, because I was in Nashville twice this year so far. So that was really fun, getting,
And from the first time you went to Nashville to the second time you went to Nashville, was it just more of the same, or did you kind of get a perspective first time through that helped you the second time through? Because a lot of people go to Nashville, and I think there's not too many people I know who see it as a magical Shangri-La, but it's still a rite of passage that you have to do that. If you're serious about showcasing, you need to go there. What was the first time like versus the second time going to
First
Nashville?
time was pretty exciting because I didn't know what to expect at all. But we did go out of the town once and heard some tunes, and the musicians were mind-blowing, like amazing. So we did that one night, and the rest of the time I basically spent with my friend who found me on YouTube basically and called my phone number and asked me to come there and record some of his tunes. I spent a lot of time in the studio, hanging out, getting to know him a lot. Like, really good guy, super talented, great sense of humor, lots of fun. So it was really fun that way, and he's a great songwriter. So I mean, it was really enjoyable to sing somebody else's music, like see how other people are doing it. You know, learned a lot from him in the way of just being like recording. Yeah. So and then the second time is a little easier, not so
a little more familiarity.
A little familiarity, not so full of anxiety, not knowing. But yeah, so Nashville's great. I mean, players are great, but there's great players here too.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's Duane is from Simcoe County, right? Is it Haldimand?
Norfolk County.
Norfolk County. Yeah. And in every little pocket, there's a group of people, and it's so much harder. Like, it's great here in Hamilton because you've got a swell of people in a concentrated area. But Jerry Gregg lives out in Peterborough now, and the people out in there are just fantastic. And they come from, like Regina, like Saskatchewan Rough Rider football fans. They'll come from a greater area and concentrate in greater numbers. But there are pockets. And this is an idea I've had, and I'm going to pitch it to you. Something like we're doing tonight. Imagine that. The money that's squandered on executive limousine overtime driver pay at the CBC was set up and having shows like this in every little center across Canada. And you could go on a Saturday night and you could look at Charlottetown, and you could look at Moncton, and you could look at Three Rivers, and you could look at, from across the country, these little places where you've got original music, and you could hear something like this and you could pick and choose. That's the world we're coming to, right? There is real music out there. Don't be satisfied with plastic wrapped, pre-packaged music. Go out and find some real music. And we do our best to bring it to you here at Barber Shop Podcast. We're gonna demand another tune from the three jewels who have come into the studio tonight: Duane Rutter, Brennan Burns, and of course Robin Benedict. She's our guest tonight, and she's brought these two with her: the gorgeous voice and the slick guitar playing, making it all so good. And here it is from barbershoppodcast.com.
Are you ready? Can you feel the pressure seeping through my pores? Can you hear the quiver in my voice? Can you see the desperation in my stare? Or the frustration of getting nowhere? Well, there ain't no place I'd rather be but here. Your broken heart has left you lonely. The mask you wear will only fool yourself. Finally, my heart is broken open. And music takes the place of the pain I felt. There ain't no place I'd rather be but here. And now I know I've got nothing left to fear. I can see my friends are dancing in the grass, caught up in the music, and the music takes that pain and throws it back. It opens up the door to a brand new world, brand new world. There ain't no place I'd rather be but here. And now I know I've got nothing left to fear. Yeah, there ain't no place I'd rather be but here. And now I know I've got nothing left to fear. Like a Duane. There ain't no place I'd rather be but here. And now I know I've got nothing left to fear. And there ain't no place I'd rather be but here at Barber Shop Podcast on a Wednesday night. And now I know I've got nothing left to fear. Nothing left to fear. Nothing left to fear. Nothing left to fear.
Damn right. No other place, no place I'd rather be than right
You like that
here.
little plug in the stop?
I did. I like that. That's going to get used. Someone's going to make some money. I'll tell you, yeah. So come down to George Hamilton's, the corner of King and Bay, right in downtown Hamilton.
Used to be the
right?
Regal.
Used to be the Regal. Used to be a
Classiest joint in
lot of
town.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
the cheapest beer and part of. Anyway, they've done a great job there. It's a sweet place now.
Yep.
Come to George Hamilton's Thursday nights, 5 to 8. You can see Robin Benedict in person. You can get a taste of this.
Cameras welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Cameras welcome. On your way home, you had a day at work. Tie is a bit tight. Boss has been grinding you a bit. Stop in, have a beer. See some real music, feed your soul. You know, something we try to do here at Barbershop Podcast each and every week. We're not going to chit chat too much more. We're going to get more to music because that's what we're all about. The title track of this song, Ride of My Life.
The title
Obviously.
track of the CD, yeah. Yes. This song took me a year to write. It was just one of those
You had
things.
the concept and you needed to.
Yeah, there was parts that were missing, and I just couldn't come up with it, and I just put it down until it was right. It has to feel right when you're done.
Yeah. And you happy?
Oh yeah, I was happy when I was finished it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure you're going to be happy because you're going to get a taste of it. Title track of Robin Benedict's debut CD, Ride of My Life, right here at Barbershop Podcast.
In any case, two heads are better than one. As long as no one gets too serious and tries to spoil all my fun. No, I can't
The Ride of My Life. You're having it right here at barbershoppodcast.com tonight with Robin Benedict. But each and every week. Like next week, we got Laura Cole on, don't we? Holy smokes. It doesn't get like any worse. It just gets better and better and better and better. And that's not to say, you know, Duane, you weren't fantastic, but we get better. We get better at doing at getting what we hear to you. And it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of money. But if you go back and listen to us, and we were always pretty good with what we had, but there's bands like Pretty Archie. We had those guys on. And it's like, you know, 5 guys in the band, they all sing harmonies. You know, they're from Cape Breton. Just smoking guys, and they sounded great when we didn't know really what we were doing. And Ryan was stuck here, and the couch was there, and I was over there. And we thought, man, we'd love to have them back, you know, now that we're getting better, a little more slick at what we do. But what you're hearing tonight is the real deal, and that's Robin Benedict. We're going to wrap it up soon, but we're going to get another live tune out of her because that's what feeds our soul. That's what feeds your soul. Barbershop Podcast brings it to you each and every week, live from Boxo's studio here in Hamilton, Ontario. Hamilton, Ontario, it is the ambitious city, and it's full of music. It's full of great people. You got to come here, and if you got to come here, you got to stay here. Okay, give us a little taste right here.
It's a rainy day. My mind is playing tricks on me. I could fall fast asleep, dreaming what my life could be. Then the music starts. Suddenly I could see the sun don't need to shine to make my dream reality. It's the music, music. It won't move you till you feel it. What will I be like without music? I think I would die. Someone's stalking me. Shadow just won't let me be. The music's getting quiet. Silence is deafening. And it's time to make some noise. So I'm calling all my boys. It's a music, music. It won't move you till you feel it. What will I be like without music? I think I would die. Walking down this long hard road, the many didn't try, and I can see it in their eyes, and I won't breathe, and I won't sleep till everybody knows that my life would be so empty without music.
Robin Benedict. And I don't want to contemplate a life without music because it really wouldn't be worth very much at all. We take it for granted. And by we, I mean the rest of you. Not you because you're watching, but you've got neighbors, people who don't know, but people who are kind of cool. Turn them on to it. Say Barber Shop Podcast. You ever see what's a podcast? What's a podcast? We got it on YouTube. We got it on iTunes. Like, you know, the day of the conglomerate, AM, FM, TV, UHF, VHF. That's over, baby. It's the Wild West, and we're fucking cowboys. Right here at barbershoppodcast.com. Another great week. Week 97, closing in on 100 episodes. Episode 98 next week with Laura Cole, who's another fantastic artist. You're going to want to check that out. We're going to have a band in here each and every week, bringing in great talent. This was a great demonstration of telling us that investments have been wise because you guys sounded so great. So for Duane Rutter, Brennan Burns, and Ryan Cannon and Gary Greenland, I want to absolutely personally thank you for coming in the studio tonight.
Having us.
No, it's been fantastic. Look her up each and every opportunity that you can, and share the Barbershop Podcast. It is absolutely awesome. Take care.